Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and this is Unite Inside, and we'll help people unite with all the parts inside of them. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the tips and steps that you can take if you are going through a hard time in your life. And a lot of times, the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of times in our lives, when we're going through a hard chapter or a hard season, it can just be like it can just hit us out of nowhere. We don't really have a backup plan for it. We haven't like prepared for it. We don't really know how to get through it. So that's why when that happens, it can really cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of like depression. It can really make us feel like we are completely beaten up, as if like the universe is crumbling on us. It can be very hard and it can take us a long time to get through it. And I'm really talking about if you are going through a sudden change in your life that is making you go through a lot of sad emotions. It could be like losing your job, or maybe breaking up with someone that you really love. Just like something that is really hard to go through, that can make you feel like your life is falling apart in a way. And this video is very important because it is really about, first of all, I want to share some positivity, and so that I can really support you through this time if you're really going through it, and also because so that you can take those steps and actually have something to do, actually have a strategy that you can take to get through whatever hard times you're going through. And I know how it feels because I've been through a lot of those down times where like everything's going really well in my life. Everything's so perfect, but then and I don't see it coming. I'm like, I don't see this coming, but then it's just like it hits me out of nowhere, and I'm just like sad and crying, and I don't know what to do. And it's like I'm just like feeling so lonely. So that's why the first step is to really try to support yourself, and also to try to find support too. The reason for this is because whenever we're going through a time where we're really down and everything's falling apart on us, we can feel very lonely, and we can feel like we're the only person on earth that are going through this. So it is very helpful to either vent to someone, to share your story somehow, to find people that are going through the same thing. Maybe what I used to do that used to really make me feel supported or that I'm not alone is I would just type on Google, like I would just try to watch videos about the same subject, about people that are going through the same thing. Okay, if it's whatever it is, people that have this thing in common with me, right? And like that really helps. That really makes you feel supported. Okay? Also, you could try to support yourself by allowing yourself to experience the emotions that you're experiencing, and like not judging yourself through them, not adding to the pain by being judgmental, by being critical towards yourself. Anything that you can do to ease your own pain, to help yourself, will make you feel supported by yourself, and you won't feel alone because you are with yourself. For example, if you can just do something for yourself that can feel just a little bit better, like allow yourself to take a break. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take that nap. Be okay with canceling plans. Be okay with change. Be okay with anything that you can do. Like, instead of shaming yourself or telling yourself, I'm disappointed because I'm not following by the things I used to do, it's okay because you are going through a hard time. So anything that you can do to support yourself, to make yourself feel more helped around this time, can be very, very helpful. And you can also reach out to people. You can reach out to people that are going through the same thing, or just like vent. Just like don't be alone. Don't let yourself be in a position where you're just like by yourself and you're betrayed and you're just like left out. Just try to find a way to support yourself, or try to find a way to make other people support you, to let other people help you. Okay? Yeah, that can be really helpful. Another step that you can take is, this is not really a, yeah, you can, well, I don't know if it's a step, but this is a skill. It's more like a skill. Is when we're going through a hard time and everything is falling apart, we tend to have no perspective of the future. We feel like things will never be okay again. Or we can have thoughts like, are we ever gonna get up again and like be okay again? You know, it can really make us feel like we're never gonna like find like light and happiness ever again. And this is really a lack of perspective. It can happen when we're very overwhelmed and stressed out with so many feelings and so many emotions that we literally are feeling very disappointed, very sad, so much grief, especially if it's something that we're letting go of, something that we've been building up for a while and then we have to let go of. That can be very damaging to our self-esteem, because we can feel like we no longer trust ourselves or the universe. But understand that the universe will never ever do something in your life to hurt you. If something is going on in your life, understand that there's always a good purpose for it. There is no way that you will be going through a hard time or something that you really need to look at with no reason, for the reason of like, there's no, all I'm saying here is that the universe isn't gonna hurt you. Okay, it's not gonna hurt you in any way. So really try to get that perspective that like it's not the end of the world, and that you can come out of this stronger. You can come out of this like with a good it could be like a new beginning. It could be like a beautiful new beginning. You could it could change you from the inside in a good way. It doesn't have to like break you down. I know that it feels like a breakdown at times. It feels like a breakdown because it really is. And really it's a good it's the good kind of a breakdown, because sometimes we can be very like stubborn. We can really be holding on into unhealthy relationships or unhealthy jobs or unhealthy perspectives in our lives. And the universe really needs us to open up and to open our eyes. And the only reason for that is for us to be in pain, face to face with the very thing that we're scared of, so that we can deal with it, so that we can really heal it. A lot of times we will put on a mask and just pretend that we're happy and just like be caught up in some delusion in our life, in some denial, be in denial of a certain situation. But the universe really needs us to listen, really needs us to open up. It needs us to know who we are, to know what we're doing, to take the right steps, the good steps in our life. And so if something like this is going on and you feel like everything is falling apart, you try to open up your heart and to really receive some of the messages that the universe is trying to send you by going through this breakdown that you're going through. Try to understand really what it is that the universe is like trying to teach you. It's always a lesson. It's always a good lesson for you. A lot of the hard times I've been through in my life were really helpful for me. They were really transformative in a good way. They helped me with my confidence. They helped me like open up more, surrender to the universe more. They helped me actually trust the universe more. They helped me do that because whenever we were going through a hard phase, we need the universe, and we're finally ready to open up. You know, it's funny because we're finally like, I don't know what to do, and now I want to receive from the universe. It's actually take it as an opportunity to really open your heart to the universe and to reconnect. And honestly, whenever you're going through something like this, it could be that there is something that you are not doing right. You were misaligned in a way. I'm not saying that you were wrong, but you were misaligned. So what are the things that you were doing? It's really good to get a good perspective, okay? To not look at this time as a way of like the universe is hurting me and taking away my life, and just like if you get into this state, it's not gonna help you get through this time. It's gonna make you get stuck in it. I've tried it before and it's bad. It's not good. But to really develop a good perspective, which you can see that this, whatever you're going through, you don't have to judge it as bad. And it does feel bad, it does feel horrible, it could be the worst thing you're ever experiencing, but you still don't have to judge it as bad. You can always develop the right perspective, that there is something good going on. There is something important and valuable that the universe is teaching me through what I'm going through. This is what I need you to do, okay? This is the second step, is to develop a good perspective. The third step that you can take is also, this is similar to it, but it's a little bit different, because the first one is about developing a positive perspective. This one is about just having the wisdom to realize that like life is gonna be okay again. Life is gonna be happy again. Life is gonna smile for you again. And to know that this is a season that you just have to get through, but like it doesn't mean, like this is just a season, okay? It's not like your whole life. Sometimes when we're going through a hard time, it can be very hard for someone to convince you that you will feel okay again, that you will be blessed again, that you will be happy again, okay? It can be very hard, especially if it's a breakup. Like you can feel like I'll never love again. You can have thoughts like I'll never love again. I'll never open up my heart again. I'll never trust again. No one will ever treat me right again. Just all these really, really painful thoughts. If it's a job, it can be I'll never find something good like this again. I have worked my ass off for this. I don't feel the motivation to like find something else. And it's okay. You can feel whatever you feel. You can feel the that you're unmotivated, the depression, the disappointment. You can feel all these feelings, but I promise you they are temporary. No matter how long those feelings last, one day you will get up and you will be okay again. One day you will open up your eyes and you will feel the energy circulating through all of you, and you will feel like doing the right thing. And I promise you, one day in some place, whatever, the library or whatever, you'll find someone else that is even more in alignment with you, okay? If like this was a breakup that really hurt you and it was with someone that didn't treat you very well, and they made you feel not very confident, and so like it's not the end of the world. Change happens, and as humans we have attachments, and we actually attach to places and people and circumstances. Why? Because we always have this like safety. We have this need to feel safe, and because change is uncertain, it's very unsafe for us. It's uncertain because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't know whether we're gonna find what we want or not, and that's where you need to really like have faith, okay? That's where you need to have faith in yourself, in your ability to get up and to be okay again, and to believe in the universe, that the universe can send you the right people, can send you the right opportunities, can send you the right blessings and stuff that you really want in life. And that like it's really, really important to have the perspective that whatever bad thing I'm going through right now is temporary, and that one day I'll be okay again. And so you allow yourself to just go through the feelings, go through the emotions, and you don't judge yourself, you don't criticize yourself, and it really helps. It helps to know that it's gonna be okay. So whatever you can do to make yourself feel like things will be okay again. I used to listen to meditations that had like comforting people that like comforting us. Like for example, they will say you will be okay or you're okay. Whatever it is, it can really make you feel like comfortable and safe, okay? And that you will be fine. You will be okay. Whatever you can do to yourself. You can tell yourself this like in a way of like affirmations. It's whatever it is, okay? But just understand that it is temporary. Things, it's like seasons, okay? We have winter, then we have summer. It's never, has it ever been winter forever? No. No, winter doesn't last forever. It doesn't last, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't last forever. Winter is something that you go through and then you keep going through, and then there's another season coming up. There's a different kind of season coming up. So don't, and like when you keep going through the season, summertime comes again. And you're happy and you're wearing whatever you want and you're like in the beach and stuff like that, you know? So like, yeah, you know, it's like seasons. Life is like seasons, okay? It's like a chapter. Imagine like you're reading a story and you come across a really painful story. You have to keep reading it so that you can get into the next chapter, which will be where things will be resolved, where things will be like falling into place. You see, you shouldn't like read a certain chapter and be like, you know what, I'm done. This is sad. This is a sad chapter. I can't keep going. Have you ever been watching a movie and things get a little bit complicated, and where you like, what do? You get excited and you always have this faith that things will be okay and will be resolved. So you watch the movie with like enthusiasm and like excitement. See, like why do you have that kind of like attitude when you're watching a movie? You should have it when you're living your life, because that's what your life is. It's never bad, okay? Things get better again. Yeah, you should be living your life like you're watching a movie that you really believe in. And you're not gonna be like, oh, things got complicated, okay, I don't wanna watch this movie, I'm gonna leave. That never happens, you know? In fact, it gets more exciting when things are like going through like, when there's drama and stuff like that. Things get more exciting, okay? You have to be excited. I'm just trying to like help you have like a good positive perspective, okay? This is how to build up your resiliency, actually. This is how you become resilient. If you want to become a resilient soul, you really need to have these good, wise perspectives that will really help you get through the things that you're like, you know, that are so painful and that are such a struggle for you to go through. Another step that can help you get through the hard times is you have to understand that this is really important to understand. This is just very, very important. You have to have ways, okay, and skills that you use when you're going through like a breakdown, okay? It's very important, because when things are falling apart, you will go through something like a breakdown. Your body will be anxious, you won't feel okay, your heart will be broken. There is a lot going on, okay? There is a lot going on. And if you don't know how to deal with that, you will feel, you will just make it worse. You're not gonna make it better, you'll make it worse. By like adding up to the drama, adding up to your negative thoughts, feeding to them. And what I'm saying is you have to have a good strategy to use whenever you're like in that dark stage, you know? And one of them is the steps that I just shared, by like finding support, finding people that can really listen to you. But in this step, what I really mean with it is to find things that you can do for yourself that can help you. Okay, like breathing techniques. And to breathe. To calm your nervous system. Okay, breathing techniques can really help you calm your nervous system. And also, like learning to meditate. Meditation is very important. It calms down your nervous system. It balances out your hormones and your emotions. It really is helpful. So learn to meditate. That's why it's important to have a meditation practice that you always do, but meditate more. I'm telling you, meditate more when you're going through a breakdown. Learn to meditate, to sit with your feelings. Learn to let yourself express those feelings to yourself. Learn to really sit with your pain is also a very important step to take, because you will have a lot going on and you need to learn to not push it away. You need to learn to take responsibility. Taking responsibility for your pain while you're going through the hard time instead of blaming the circumstances can be a key to feel powerful again. Because whenever we're going through a hard chapter in our lives where everything's falling apart, we could feel very, very powerless. And so one of the most important steps is to learn how to take responsibility of our feelings, of our triggers, of what's going on in our lives. You have to learn to take responsibility of your life somehow. Okay, I'm not saying blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. It is not to blame yourself. You shouldn't blame yourself. It is going to make it worse. In fact, you got to have so much empathy and compassion for yourself during this time. And so what I'm saying with taking responsibility is tell yourself, like, try to remember the power steps, that the power that you have, the fact that you have power. Like, let's say that you were in a job that you didn't like and you had to be in it because you were telling yourself that you can't find something that you can really enjoy and have money from it at the same time. So this is a limiting belief that you had. And so and now you got fired out of nowhere, and so now you don't know what to do. You have to understand what is it that made you take that step to begin with, because we are really responsible for our lives. You had some limiting beliefs. You didn't trust the universe, that the universe can provide, that the universe can give you the kind of job that is really suitable with you and can really give you so much money from it, okay? That you can really do what you want, what you are passionate about for a living, and you can get money from it. You didn't trust that the universe can do that for you, and you was clinging on a job that wasn't good for you. So there are things that you did, okay? I'm not saying you did it to yourself in a way of I'm judging you or criticizing you or blaming you, but if you can just become aware of the fact that because we could feel like victims, okay? We could feel like, oh, my boss fired me. In fact, thank you, universe, that your boss fired you, because now you can finally do what you love. It can always be a good opportunity for you, okay? And also it is a good opportunity for you to come face to face with what really made you cling into a job, okay? Well, really, because a lot of times it's about self-worth. It's about not knowing what we deserve. When we have standards and we know what we deserve, that we don't deserve something that we don't like, okay? That even in relationships, okay? When we're being with someone that's constantly not treating us really good and we don't really have any standards, okay? And then the person leaves us or then something happens, we have to take responsibility of the fact that we allowed this in our lives and that we have to raise up the bar. Okay, this is your opportunity to rise up, okay? To not allow this to ever happen to you again. This is good for you to take responsibility of your limiting beliefs that made you create that kind of reality. We are creators. We create reality. And so we're responsible for what we allow in our lives. We are very powerful. We are empowered in all ways. And yes, that happened to you. It was sad. It was heartbreaking and you didn't deserve it. But when we open up our eyes to the fact that, hey, we have control over this. We can attract better circumstances. We can trust more. This is my opportunity to trust more. This is my opportunity to have more, okay? That's how you're going to start getting excited whenever you have a breakdown and not because we limit ourselves when we're clinging into a certain opportunity or a certain thing, job, or person. We really are limiting ourselves. Sometimes the universe want to give you more. And so we got to, you have to lose what you have so that you can have more. There's this analogy about the universe, is that the universe isn't going to give you something really big unless if you let go of what you're going through, of what you're clinging on. And there is a lot of times where the universe will actually take that very thing away from us so that it can give us a bigger thing, a better thing, okay? More like fulfilling and more beautiful experience, okay? It is for our own evolution, it is good for us, but it can be heartbreaking, really, because of all the attachments that we have as human beings. So taking responsibility of your feelings, understanding that you can have a skill of knowing how to take responsibility of everything of your life, okay? It can help you get through this breakdown with a powerful energy. You could be very empowered and resilient, and you can come out of it more confident, okay? So these are the steps that I want to help you with to get through a certain really hard phase of your life. I hope that you'll like it. I hope that you are benefiting from this information, and I hope that you learn how to become resilient, how to really take care of yourself during this time and support yourself. I love you. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of good energy to support you if you're going through a really hard time right now. I love you. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, give it a like, and share it with people that are going through a hard time. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.